I recently flew the A36 Bonanza from Yakima, Washington back across the Cascades to a fuel stop at Bremerton, Washington, just west of Seattle. The weather was CAVU, but for practice I filed and flew an IFR flight plan, including a standard instrument departure from Yakima, the WENAS 7 SID. I chose this departure to exercise the avionics in the A36, a Garmin GTN 750 Xi navigator, Garmin G500 TXi PFD MFD, and the GFC 600 autopilot. The WENAS 7 serves runways 27, 9, and 22 at Yakima, and on the day that I flew, runway 27 was in use. The procedure, which requires only a VOR receiver and DME, highlights an often overlooked use of DME arcs, departures. We typically think of DME arcs used as a transition or feeder route for instrument approaches. The WENAS 7 begins with a turn to intercept the Yakima 255 radial, which leads you to WENAS, a fixed 9 nautical miles from the Yakima VOR. At WENAS, you join the 9-mile arc north-northeast bound. You follow the arc to join one of 6 airways by leaving the arc at the appropriate fix. I plan to fly Victor 298 northwest from Yakima and then turn westbound toward Seattle. So I filed the WENAS 7 SID with the PERT transition. PERT is a fix on Victor 298, 23.6 nautical miles northwest of the Yakima VOR. My airplane is equipped with VOR receivers and DME, but I can use the GPS capability of the GTN 750 Xi to fly any departure based on nav aids. That capability is described in AIM 1-2-3 and AC 90-108. That AC and the language in the AIM will be updated, probably in late 2021 or 2022, by the new AC 90-119. Using GPS increases my situational awareness and reduces my workload during the busy departure phase of flight. To fly the WENAS 7, I add the procedure to my flight plan. And my GFC 600 autopilot can fly the entire procedure, tracking the 255 radial to join the arc, then flying the curved track of the arc, and finally smoothly joining the airway at SILA, then on to PERT. The autopilot can also climb at an indicated airspeed or at a rate that I choose. But flying this departure isn't as simple as taking off and pressing buttons on the autopilot. Yakima is on the eastern edge of the Cascade Range, and flying west or northwest under IFR means you must meet a specific climb gradient, as shown on the chart. Departing runway 27, you must meet a minimum climb gradient of 350 feet per nautical mile. Pilots usually think of climbs and descents in rates of feet per minute, not gradients of feet per nautical mile. After all, we have vertical speed indicators that show rates. Most of us do not have an instrument in the panel that directly shows our climb gradient, which depends on the rate of climb and our current ground speed. Planning to fly this departure requires determining the rate of climb you need to achieve to meet the minimum climb gradient, and that calculation involves factors such as the wind, your expected true airspeed and ground speed during the climb, and the rate of climb your airplane can achieve at its takeoff weight at the current density altitude. The calculations involve the performance charts for the handbook for the airplane you fly, and applying some basic math or using a table that the FAA publishes on the back inside cover of the TPP. The FAA table, or the equivalent published by Jeppesen, includes speeds and rate of climb that aren't relevant to the aircraft that I fly, so I made a more focused version that I keep in a document binder in ForeFlight. The official tables also include rates of climb calculated to the nearest foot, which is a misleading level of precision. So in my table, created in Microsoft Excel, I associate each climb gradient in 10-foot increments with the corresponding rate of climb, rounded up to the nearest 100 feet per minute. That's a value I can see on the VSI in the cockpit. I also display the climb gradient instrument at the bottom of the map view in ForeFlight. I don't need to see ground speed and other data already displayed in my panel, so I devote the ForeFlight instrument panel to other information. The ForeFlight Pilot Guide and the app show all the available instruments that you can display at the bottom of the map. The real-time display of my climb gradient, it's also a display of the current descent gradient, is a great aid to situational awareness during IFR departures and while flying instrument approaches. Now let's hop into the cockpit as I request, copy, and read back my IFR clearance and depart Yakima via the WENAS 7 SID.
Clearance is 21.9, okay. Yakima clearance, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot's ready to copy IFR to Bremerton, Papa Whiskey Tango.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Yakima clearance, good morning. You wanted the WENAS 7 departure, or would you like the Natchez 4 departure instead? That's a 320 heading to intercept the airway.
I think just for practice with these new avionics, I'm going to try the WENAS departure if I can do that.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot is cleared to Bremerton Airport via WENAS 7 departure PERT transition as filed. Maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 123.8, squawk 4625.
Okay, 46 Fox, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot's cleared to Bremerton WENAS 7 PERT transition as filed. 10,000, 123.8, 4625.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, read back correct.
Alright, let's make sure we get that loaded in. That's loaded. Altitude will be 10,000. Departing runway 27. That runway bug is set. Yakima ground, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot at McAllister. Information, Juliet IFR.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Yakima ground, runway 27, taxi via Bravo and Alpha 1.
Bravo, Alpha 1, runway 27, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. We'll need a short run-up.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, roger.
Okay, this is just the Alpha 1. Alpha, that's the hold short line. We're all set to go.
Cirrus 18 Delta November, you're cleared to Salt Lake Municipal via runway 9er, Natchez 4 departure, then as filed. Maintain 10,000, expect 13,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 123.8, squawk 1670.
Yakima Tower, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, runway 27, ready for takeoff IFR.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Yakima Tower, hold short runway 27 for release.
Holding short runway 27, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, runway 27, WENAS 7 departure, wind 240 at 4, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27 with the WENAS 7 departure, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot. Final is clear. Runway is correct. Here we go. Power is set. Fuel flow is good. Airspeed is alive. A little bit of crosswind. Positive rate, gear coming up. One.
Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, contact Chinook departure. Good day.
Over to departure, 46 Foxtrot. Thanks for your help. Chinook departure, Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, 2000, climbing 10,000.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, Chinook departure radar contact.
Climb gradient is 475. So we're making the gradient that we need. 357. This next turn here. On that, the temps are coming down. Out of 3,100. Join in the arc. climb check. Gears up, aux pump is off. Autopilot is engaged, the lights, only the landing light, only the taxi light is off. We're climbing 4,000, climbing 10, 10,000. Temps are coming back down. We're on the arc. Approaching Borjor, which is the 284 radial, and that's checking here. We're approaching Sela. Is in 1 minute. We'll be turning north westbound. We're now joining the
Yakima departure, Cirrus 18 Delta November 2nd and 2,300 climbing.
Cirrus 18 Delta November, Chinook departure radar contact.
Okay, we're going toward Pert, and that is 13 miles, about just under 6 minutes.
Bonanza 1546 Foxtrot, join Victor 298 via Pert.
298 via Pert, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot.